Lego games are not a thing I've said a whole lot about on my channel, but I like them a lot. I play most of them, even the ones not made by Traveler's Tales, and I think they're fun and creative and cute. And most of the criticisms toward them, while it can fuck. Okay, look, this video is just really for me to complain that some Lego games I really liked are now dead. And, I know there are others to choose from. I know Traveler's Tales has made like 32 Lego games. I have a lot to fucking choose from. But, Lego The Incredibles is not a replacement for Lego Quest and Collect. People ramble about how something is lost in the transition from physical media to solely digital media, and I'm sure people have all kinds of weird romantic reasons to prefer physical cases. I think physical cases look nice, but the big issue I have with digital distribution is that I want to keep playing these games when people don't sell them or they're not supported anymore. Like, I remember it was sort of newsworthy when Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego The Hobbit were no longer for sale, but you could still get those physically. Those were still around. Those didn't just vanish off the face of the earth. Yeah, you couldn't buy them digitally for a while, but you could still get them. If you can still get a game through other means, don't weep about that. Yeah, I get it sucks. You can't buy it via your preferred method anymore, but at least it's still available for future generations. There are some things you just can't get anymore. Some Lego games you just can't get anymore. Like, the fact that Lego Hobbit and Lord of the Rings went down, that's nothing compared to the fact that these two games no longer exist in any playable capacity. Did most people care when these games went down? Did most people notice? I don't get that impression looking at it, especially Lego Quest and Collect, which only seemed to be up for a very brief period of time. But I gave a shit. Like, these icons are still on my desktop specifically because I refuse to stop giving a shit. I don't want to let go. And these games, they had multiplayer online features. Lego Minifigures Online and Lego Quest and Collect, yes, they had multiplayer online features and some MMO features. But the thing is that like most MMOs, that's just kind of an excuse because they were perfectly playable without any other players getting involved whatsoever. Lego Minifigures Online and Lego Quest and Collect, you could argue they may have lost something if they didn't have multiplayer, but there was no reason, no legitimate, non-greedy reason I can think of to, just get rid of these games entirely when you could no longer support the multiplayer yourself. Because I know that they were perfectly enjoyable without the input of other players. I know, I was there. Never mind the fact that both were compatible with real-life minifigures you could buy and scan into the game, so it kind of comes across as extra greedy that you can no longer play them even if you bought minifigures specifically for use with them. And part of what makes me so upset is that people for some reason think there's hope for this situation, like in America specifically. I don't know about other countries or anything like that, but killing games like this, games with online-only DRM, or games that have multiplayer online features specifically so when the company cuts support, you can no longer play your game. That's just the way things are here. People are talking about trying to prove, I think Ross from Accursed Farms made a video recently about online-only games and killing games being fraud and games aren't a service and all this stuff. That's not... I mean, from a moral standpoint, those arguments are all completely accurate, and I agree 100%. But the thing is that the law is here to protect people's ability to get into stupid contracts. So, no matter how stupid or predatory or awful a contract is, if someone wants to get into it, the law wants to give them the right to agree to something stupid. I don't think most people see it this way because, no one really wants their games to die, but you have a right to agree to really stupid contracts where your game may self-destruct randomly someday. And you're not even buying a working version of the client software. You're buying client software that's not guaranteed to work without input from the publisher or server host or whatever the fuck. How laws work in the US and what they mean is such a different thing from everywhere else. So if you're banking on the law saving dying games in the United States, you're just out of luck. People are going to keep making games that you want, and some of those games are going to be online only, and they will die without your input for no real reason other than to save the company some money. I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong, but the idea that this is ever going to change just seems completely unrealistic. This is a business model that works for the companies involved. And it sucks ass and I hate it, but I don't think it's going to get better. So I'm going to go, sit down and think about how much I would love to play Lego minifigures online if I could still actually do that.